Dave from Dave's Larry Shopworks here, and on this episode we are going to attempt another Weekend Warrior paint job. We seem to like doing those here. So this truck is Dominic's 2001 Dodge Ram 1-ton dually. Now, as you can see, there was some rot underneath the molding. It had the chrome cladding on it that a lot of guys did. The cab corners and rockers were rotted out. They're all replaced now. But as you can see, we still have a little bit of body work to do to the door, and there's a dent in it we got to get out. The fenders are junk. There's nothing in there. Look at that. Nothing in there at all. And they rot out pretty typically on these. Plus, there's also a pinch weld on a body line here that tends to break as well. So when we get the fenders off, we'll go in, clean it up, take a look and see if there's any rust in there. If there's any rust or broken paint, then that means that the pinch weld's broken and we can weld it up. So the doors are stripped, the box is off of it, and we're in the process. Dominic's going to pull the fenders off. Brooke and I are going to start scuff sanding the rest of the paint. Well, actually, Brooke is going to start scuff sanding the rest of the paint where it's good, and I'm going to start working on that driver's door body work. Alright, so the fun is this door beam. So the door itself has been pushed in, it's dented. But this door beam is stopping us because it's bonded with this kind of, whatever you want to call it, bonding glue. So I have been cutting it away, and I'm going to keep cutting it away until I can get it released from the door, and then I can straighten out the door and we'll fill it with more body seam caulking. It'll work out good. Just a slow process. Alright guys, so as far as things go, the driver's door still has a little dent in it here, but we're going to leave it alone. The whole idea is to make it a little more level, a little more smooth, so it takes less body filler. We're not going to fill this door right out and block it all out perfectly. With the damage that was done to this door in its past, there's just too much work, so all we're going to do is give a skiff of filler, smooth it off, get rid of most of the dents. It's going to look weird. It is. The driver's door is going to be the worst thing looking on this truck. Everything else is going to be mint. And in the future, I will make him find another driver's door, and we will paint that and hang it and put it on. But until then, this is going to get the whole thing one color and no more rust or rot, so that's the goal. Currently, Dominic is working on the inner fender. So I don't know if any of you guys know, but on the late 90s, early 2000s Dodges, the inner fender was welded, spot welded, to the fender itself, which is just silly. But he drilled out all the spot welds. Away it goes. The old fender, pretty hashed. So yeah, he's actually going to bolt this one in now. So instead of having to spot weld it all together and weld and all that jazz, he's just going to drill out several of the holes, use some 1/4-inch bolts and nuts, lock washers, and then it's going to be a serviceable part. Now on the roof, Brooke has the back half of the roof here pretty well scuff sanded good. We might give it a once over at the end of the whole job just when we're cleaning it all up, but we're really happy. And there's no dents or dings on the roof that she's uncovered, so we're really happy with that. She just finished pulling off the roof lights, and now she's just sanding everything down with some 320, and then she'll hit it with some 400, and we'll be prepped for paint on the roof. So far so good tonight, guys. We've made some pretty good progress. Last you'd seen, Dominic was changing the inner fender, and now here's the truck with the fender on. And honestly, I gotta say, for a factory gap on these trucks, this thing looks great. It's too bad we have to scuff sand this fresh white paint, because if you looked at it before we scuffed the door, you would see how much darker this is. So basically, all they did was sprayed over the black. They didn't use like a white primer or a gray primer to lighten up the color. So anyway, 1 or 2 more coats of just the white we're using, and it'll be fine. It will match perfectly. So Brooke has got the roof nearly squared away. We got a couple small details up there, and A-pillar of the door. Door half from here down to here is really good. Same over here. She's getting the finicky little areas in behind the window. And from there, Dominic is going to start. Dominic's going to start putting the taking the driver's fender off. So I got a first layer of Bondo, and I use Bondo brand Bondo on it on purpose. The stuff's heavier, it's thicker. It's actually pretty strong, but I was scraping the bottom of the barrel for it. And unfortunately, you can get all kinds of little bits of dirt and chunks in it that we weren't expecting. But this is a good place to stop on here. We're going to let this set up really good, and then I'll take my cheese grater and just rough it up. And once that's roughed up a little bit, then I'll just buff it with some 80 grit, and I will continue with another brand of filler that we have. And then honestly, we got to pick up some more stuff in the morning anyway. So that's where we're gonna leave this video for the night. I'll pick up with you tomorrow when we get back together and keep rocking and rolling on this thing. Well, hey guys, it's tomorrow. It's around noonish, I want to say. I'm not really sure. We stayed out till about 1 o'clock, 1:30. Fenders are on. This guy's scuff sanded, ready to go. Hood's good, all scuffed down, just needs a couple little minor blemish cleanups just where some stone chips were. And this fender's all scuffed down, ready to go. Upper half of the door good. We've got the body filler where the seams were. Back here and up here at the cab corner. Natalie's here with us today. Brooke had other things to do, and so she's doing more scuff sanding. Roof is pretty well done. You can see the 2 shiny spots. Again, just another little tiny lick of a filler just to glaze it over. And Dominic's been doing really good. The back of the cab's done. We had Roger here. So Roger was here. He helped get the back of the cab smartened up. And then Dominic finished off that stuff. He's attending to the smaller details now. And again, Natalie's doing the block sanding all the little crevices and all that jazz, doing really good. Anywheres we're worried about damaging, like the weather stripping or anything like that, we just put down some masking tape and away we go, because we're not stripping her right down. This is a get her done this weekend job. Like I said, we're going to be painting this afternoon or evening. Hope you can hear me, but we're just about done. Dominic is blowing down the truck as we speak, and we are going to be taking it over to put in the spray booth and mask it off very soon. Coming along pretty good. I'm going to give you a quick show of that door, which still is haggard, but it's a heck of a lot better than it was. And if I had some before pictures, I'd show you, but you kind of get the idea from the start of the video. And everything else is actually looking really good. We're prepped. We're as good to go as we need to be to make this truck into something nice and bright and shiny again. All right, guys. You like my new outfit? Anyway, if you want to see what the almost darkest paint booth I've ever sprayed in looks like, here it is. Now we're almost ready to go, and this spray booth is used for spraying box liner coatings, but it does have an excellent air circulation and filtration system. Doesn't look like it, but it sure does. And that's key for us. We've got some lights. We're not going to be flying blind here. We'll be all right. Just finished cleaning up my mask and went through my gun. It's good to go. And once the masking is done, which it's pretty close, hey guys?
Yeah.
Let's call it 50.
57.
57.
All right.
I like it.
All right, we are ready to go really soon here. So I'm not gonna put you through all the pain and suffering of masking and getting everything else prepped up. I'm gonna get mixing on paints and make sure everything's gonna spray good and try to make sure we have no major issues. All right, guys. So first coat is on. and it's relatively smooth. I didn't want to bring the camera in because I don't have my protective covering for it, but we're looking really good. Quite happy with the first layer. I don't think we have anything for a major orange peel. That's nothing we can't handle. So yeah, first coat, wait a little bit, we'll put the second coat on and away we go. Alright everybody, we still got the exhaust fan going. We like our lungs. But I guess here she is. Last coat just went on. We're really happy. We got her nice and smooth. I had a spot where I went a little heavy in the hood, but it actually leveled out decent. And I love spraying. This is in Dura, Part A, Part B. It's an epoxy paint, and it's got a really good, hard, durable finish. It's an industrial paint, and Dominic and I really like this stuff because we like to use our vehicles, and we do a lot of dirt road driving. We're not worried about stone chips. They do happen eventually, but long term versus most regular paints, pretty darn good. So I can't be happier. We had some bugs in the first coat, of course, but we got what we could out of them, and now we're happy. You can see a little bit of dust in the paint. I mean, we're not going to get around that, not here. But we got a really consistent shine. And maybe the dark spray booth helps with that consistency, but I'm really happy. Dominic's happy. The door turned out okay. You can still see it's a little ripply, and we missed a couple little spots, but the future for this is to line next to the bottom, or spray and box liner the bottom of the rocker and everything. So that'll take care of any of our missed issues with body work on the bottom of the door. Another reason why we weren't too worried about making it perfect. So I would have liked to bring you in for the spraying process because I enjoy spraying paint. I like how I do it, and it seems to work for me. Everybody has their own way, but at the end of the day, we're good. So we use Part A, Part B, and then we use the top coat reducer. You can use the thinners, but for spraying this stuff, because it's industrial paint, for spraying it automotive wise, they want you to use the top coat reducer instead of just the regular Endura thinner. I'm sure it would work if you're careful, but this paint, because of what it is, the two-part epoxy paint, it has a tendency to orange peel really well, and if you don't get it flowing properly, you're just going to have a really orange peely paint. I mean, orange peely like you could put marbles in the divots of the orange peels, man. It's bad. So I've done my best to always spray this stuff with the top coat reducer, and I think it's worked out. So all we have left to do now is we got to spray in the just the top edge of the rocker panels. We've already got the insides masked off, as you can see, and we just wanted to get a good flowing finish on the outside without constantly opening and closing the doors, giving more chance for dirt and disturbing things. But that's where we're going to leave it for now. Tomorrow we'll catch up with you when we start, when we get the truck out of here and unwrap, and then we're going to take it back over to Integra Tire, and if we're confident that the paint is hard enough, then we will start the assembly process. If we're not confident, we'll wait till Monday after work and finish putting it together then. And yeah, so Dominic and I will catch you guys tomorrow. Alright guys, as you can see, everything's slowly coming together here. Obviously we're taking our time with fit and finish due to the fresh paint, and we actually just like to put things together really nicely. So when this is all done, we're going to come back and I'll show you the whole truck put back together, sitting outside in the bright sunshine. Should be pretty good. Well guys, that is what Dominic and I like to do on weekends. It seems to be anyway. So from, I guess 0 to hero on the truck. I can't say anything else. I'm really happy how everything got pulled off. Pretty even shine, even in the dingy dark cavern that we painted it in. And so from Dominic and I and Natalie and Brooke and all hands on deck, we started Friday at about 6:30 in the evening, and we were painting Saturday by 9:30 at night. It took about 3.5 hours to mask everything off satisfactorily, and here we are. We spent about, I want to say maybe 2.5 hours. I don't even know what time it is, but reassembling the things we pulled off, and that's it. Truck is good to go. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and we enjoyed doing it. We're gonna get back to it and make something else happen. All right, everybody, thanks very much for watching. We appreciate it. Have a good one.